asked AI to help me create a cozy figure display. If you've been following along, you've seen some of my last few videos of me reorganizing my entire office. And you'll have noticed that I haven't been using my pink lights as often. Well, that's because when I was redoing my entire office, I needed more light than that, and I hate the ceiling light. Ceiling lights can burn and decease. Well, hopefully not burn. Anyway, getting sidetracked. I switched my lights to a warm white color, yellow or orange if you're in the LED spectrums and whatnot, and I really liked it. It reminds me of a warm candle's glow. Another problem that I've always had is I love white cabinets. I hate gray shadows, and if you are not in a well-lit room or your cabinets are not directly in the light, which if you have figures, most of you probably shouldn't be having them in the light, direct light, because that causes sun fading. If you didn't know, now you know. And it creates these gray, greenish shadows in your displays, and I freaking hate it. And that got me to thinking, sure, I could brainstorm a bunch of notes, I could jot down whatever I think of, I could go on a quest to find the coziest things I could for my display, or we could try AI, because who needs self-improvement and exercising your brain muscles when AI is here? It'll solve. I didn't use Chatgbt, but I did use Gemini because I've been seeing the ads everywhere, so good job, Google, you did your job. Even though Gemini is really just a version of Chatgpt, but we aren't gonna get into that. I'm not gonna lie, this gave me a way better response than I thought it was going to. I also have no earthly clue where I put my glasses, so don't judge me. So I asked Gemini what makes a figure display cozy, and its primary answer was a cozy figure display is one that invites you to relax and enjoy the details of your collection. Here are some key elements to consider. And I broke it down into visual elements, arrangement and placement, and additional tips. First, for visual elements, we have warm colors. Soft hues like pastels, earth tones, and neutrals create a calming ambiance. Second, soft lighting. Dim, warm lighting like fairy lights or candles can create a cozy mood. Third, natural materials. Incorporate elements like wood, stone, or plants to connect with nature. And fourth, personal touches. Add items that reflect your personality and interests, such as small plants, decorative items, or even a favorite book. Very cute. I like those suggestions. Next, they have arrangement and placement. In general, I follow most of these rules just because of the different design experience I've had in the past, but let's read them anyway. Clutter-free. A minimalist approach can make the display feel more serene and inviting. Grouping. Group figures by theme, series, or color to create a cohesive look. Height variation. Use different levels, shelves, stands, or risers to add visual interest and prevent figures from feeling crowded. And lastly, backgrounds. Consider using backgrounds like fabric, wallpaper, or custom backdrops to enhance the overall aesthetic. If you've seen some of my recent videos, you've seen I have been experimenting with backgrounds lately and have really been enjoying them. Additional tips. Dust protection. Use display cases or covers to protect your figures from dust and damage. Accessibility. Ensure your display is easy to access for viewing and maintenance. Customization. Let your creativity shine. Experiment with different arrangements, backgrounds, and lighting to create a unique and personal display. I think the additional tips are good for people that are new to collecting or really want to start creating their own display for the first time. But if you are a well-seasoned collector at this point or have much experience with displays, I feel like you kind of know those things. However, I do like the reminder that it gives you. Remember, the most important thing is that your figure display makes you happy. Enjoy the process of creating a cozy and inviting space for your collection. That is a wonderful thing to say. And with that, let's look at the shelf that we're going to make cozy today. Today, I have selected this shelf, which has all of my Nendroids. One of the main reasons why I did that is because I do have some Nendroids I want to unbox. We may or may not do that in this video, but I also have this one pretty well set up with this background, and the one underneath it, which is my Miku shelf plus Teto, with the Sakura background. So I feel like this one deserves the same love, you know? Now, some of the challenges I'm facing is if we want to do a background, this one can't be any bigger because this needs all of the vertical height it can to have those leaves. And if I drop it down anymore here, then that Sakura background won't be able to stand up correctly because this shelf doesn't move. It's fixed. So this is the space we're working with. Here are the figures we're going to try to display. First, we do have a bunch of different acrylic things here. So we have some Sasaki and Miyano. We have Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Unfortunately, I don't currently own any figures for these, but I do plan on getting the Nendos. So we do have some of our first Nendos that we ever unboxed, Sasaki and Miyano, and I was able to actually fit them on the same base stand, so that's nice. I also have some art in the back that I want to display of Sasaki and Miyano. This one right here, which I'll explain in a second, it's actually upside down. Whoops. And Horimiya. Speaking of Horimiya, we now have Hori and Miyamura! I'm literally so excited. I special ordered Hori because I wasn't able to find her anywhere else, so we'll be unboxing that today and finally displaying them. I'm so freaking excited. I've had Miyamura for like a year. Another one, which I really love, but I totally understand why it goes under the radar, is the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. I find them absolutely adorable. I love it when I'm able to find an office romance lights. And I find this couple so wholesome. I know it's not everybody's favorite anime, but I really adore it. If possible, I would also like to put Kami there as well. If not, I might end up selling her just because I don't really have a space for solos. And I don't think they've made her counterpart yet, but they have made a second one of her, so. But with that, let's go around the house and hop on Amazon to see what I can recycle and what I can get for cheap in order to make this display as cozy as possible.
Yeah. Hi. Her tail is hitting my head.
As you walk into my husband's office, he does have these down here, which he used to use over here on his Demon Slayer display, but now he's using more traditional shelf riser kind of vibes, which is good because he has so freaking many. And I think this fits a lot of the qualifications. It has warm colors, natural wood, and they are a form of riser, which helps create different levels. So I think we're gonna grab one or two of these. I took a bunch of stuff down and put it back right before I started recording this, and I do think we'll be able to fit everything we want with these risers. So this may be a long shot, but I do have this, which is literally just a roll of brown paper that I got from Dollar Tree, and I was gonna use it to create a 1000 Sunny on the back of my One Piece display. That was one of the big things I was gonna show you guys. I decided that's not gonna work because the quantity I have is gonna cover it, so there's that. Because I canceled that project, I now just have this, and I think I could use it as a background, which could work because it isn't limited by having to be a specific height. It's like wallpaper. I think this could work, and that covers our backgrounds and warm colors and stuff. Natural colors. Yeah. Yo. I got a message from Uber Eats. Not sponsored, but hey, Uber Eats, if you want to sponsor me, your girl loves food. So it's later the same day. My audio controls might have been messed with a little bit because I was using this while I was in meetings because it was already hooked up to my computer, so don't worry about it. Hopefully it's fine. Amazon, we love her, we hate her because she's a big corrupt company that has ruined thousands of small businesses, but we're not going to focus on that today. I decided to go on Amazon to look for the lights that I wanted to use in this display. And those are the same lights as what I have in my little TikTok pod that I have my Mikus in. Didn't buy those lights separately, they came with it. And I found this listing, I think it was $6 for $8-ish, and it took about a day or two to get here. So now we have some nice warm ambient lighting, and I think we've checked off most of the boxes of what Gemini has told us we should put in our cozy display. So let's make a sketch so then we have an idea of what we want to do before we actually do it. Most of the time when I do these sketches, I do not do them for shelves individually, but I will do them for an entire bookcase. I'll already have an idea of the quantity of stuff I want to put on each shelf, so I know how much space I need for each. And I was going to do a video where I redid a bunch of the shelves a little while ago, and then I decided to just redo the entire thing, and that's the 2 videos that you got before. But for this one, I did have Nendroids, and Nendroids are a lot more time consuming, so I wanted to have a good idea of where I was going to put everything before I started unboxing everything. Also, look at my mic cover, isn't it cute?
What up? I moved the desk and we are going to start working on the shelf. I don't know if I really needed to enter this part. I kind of just wanted to stand in front of this thing and be like, look at what I've created. Anyway, let's go. Sorry, let me redo that. Let's go! Now for the part that I've been dreading. See, a smart person would take a tape measure and measure out the back of this to see the exact amount that they need to do. I like torturing myself, so we're not gonna do that. Actually, I could probably like measure it with this, right? Like, it's about that much of a straw. That's good enough for me. This was almost the exact width that I needed to fit inside of this, so I didn't even have to cut width-wise. I only needed to cut length-wise or height-wise or whatever you want to call it. And I have this hope. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I was like, if I cut it a little bit big, can I just shove it behind the top and the bottom and maybe it won't move? I don't know, but we're gonna try it. I'm making this harder than it actually needs to be. Plan B, we're gonna try folding it. Maybe folding down the edges makes it better, and then we're probably gonna tape it because I give up. So it technically works. The only thing is that I'm definitely just betting on the chance that the tension and the friction between this shelf and the paper is enough to hold it there. So should I have taped it? Yes. Am I too lazy to find tape? Also, yes. Let's move on. Amazon delivered everything to my house except for the lights that I need to this. They delivered it all the way to my mailbox 5 minutes down the street. So BRB. I went to the mailbox. I came back. I attached my mic. I also had dinner, but I got them. It says that this is 6 of them on the back. back. But does this look like a box? Misa thinks. But does this look like a box of 6 to you? It doesn't to me. But regardless, I'm gonna unbox it and put it up and stuff, and I'm gonna now. Well, look at that. It really will hold 6. All of the rest of them have like AAA or AA battery packs, and I didn't want to have a huge battery pack in there. And this one does it with like watch batteries. This is so much harder than it looks. The moment of truth. How's it look? It looks like I have lights everywhere except for the bottom right corner. I mean, I don't really know what I was expecting. I mean, I was expecting the lights to go further, but that's kind of really annoying. Okay, I don't know if I can live with that.
These don't really move around at all. These have to be exactly like they are. This side is always going to be taller than this side, and that stays the same for that. And that bothers me because I like symmetry, and even though they're technically symmetrical, cannot do anything about it. I don't want to do this anymore. All right. Now we gotta unbox some stuff. Up we go.
In the morning light, as the world wakes up and shines, I'll find a cozy place where I can unwind. At the sunny cafe where the music softly plays, sip my coffee slow, let my worries drift away. With the gentle breeze through the open windows wide, I hear the laughter and I feel so alive. At the sunny cafe where the music softly plays, sip my coffee slow, let my worries drift away. Every little moment here feels like a sweet serenade. In this perfect atmosphere, all my troubles start to fade. People passing by, with a smile they greet the day. In this little world, everything's okay. At the sunny cafe where the music softly plays, sip my coffee slow, let my worries drift away. Every little moment here feels like a sweet serenade. In this perfect atmosphere, all my troubles start to fade. People passing by, with a smile they greet the day.
200 years later. Gemini, we have filled the requirements. For visual elements, we have warm colors, soft lighting, natural materials, and personal touches. Arrangement and placing, we have clutter-free grouping, height variation, and backgrounds. Though I didn't quite follow your additional tips, like dust protection, for instance. We did follow accessibility, and there is customization. As some of our final words for this video, I want to leave you with what Gemini told us to remember. The most important thing is that your figure display makes you happy. Enjoy the process of creating a cozy and inviting space for your collection. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember that you are loved, you are valued, and you are enough.